It's been creaking. Oh my goodness.
Oh, we're live.
Oh my goodness, how embarrassing.
Oh,
It's April 9th, 2020. Happy Passover and welcome to another edition of S.T.E.V.E. Oh.
Stands for
Spending time
with the Egertons
virtually every day. I'm Owen.
I'm Oscar.
I'm Jody.
And I'm...
Oh, ow. Sorry, that's me.
No, you get over here.
I gotta scoot over. Okay.
I'm Arden. I have a fun hairstyle, but you can't see it with the hat. Here, wait. Let's lose the hat.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
It's a little tiny ponytail.
Totes.
Can you see it like this?
Tara's right over here, and she wants to eat the matzah.
Why don't you show the matzah that you've created here, Jody?
So, if you joined us yesterday, you might have seen that we made some matzah. And it was chewy.
It was a bit more of a tortilla. It's a different sweet potato.
Well, that's one
So
sweet potato.
big.
Well, you can find the other one. So I decided to try it once again to make some matzah. And I rolled it out flatter. Used the same recipe. Had to get done in 18 minutes.
That sounds good. Can I try
Right?
some?
Yes. Here's some matzah for you.
Don't give me as big. That's good. It's crunchy.
A crumbly bit for you. What do we think?
Whoa, dusty.
Oh,
There's a lot of flour. A lot of flour.
Mm. It's crunchy. It's not so chewy.
Can I
It's
try?
pretty dusty.
Lot
Yeah.
of.
Okay, here we go.
Oh,
Homemade matzah.
I once had some pizza that had
Oh.
so much flour on the bottom that I had like a mouthful of flour that
Yeah.
became like
Stop trying to eat it, Pear Bear.
like a sort of it mixed with my saliva.
Oh my God.
So it was like a paste. It was like a flour paste. It was a bad experience.
I'm so sorry. Here, Tara. How do you like your matzah?
I
Pretty good.
Crunchy.
I think it's perfect for dogs.
Yeah.
Okay, it's time for a little bit of matzo ASMR.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
about
There
as
you
much
go.
ASMR as I need in a
Yeah.
lifetime.
We also learned something kind of interesting. This is kind of fascinating little thing. In a Seder plate, one of the things was to have
A bone!
a bone.
Yeah, no.
Oscar
I don't have
provided.
a bone. I provided a bone.
I'm gonna get kicked off YouTube once again.
Yeah. My goodness. But we also found out that vegetarians are allowed to replace the shank bone with a beet or a sweet potato. We happen to have this sweet potato in our house.
Where did we even get it from?
We got it from Hardee's Direct. They've provided us with produce, eggs, milk. Thank you, Hardee's
Arden,
Direct.
compare that to the
for
size of
our
your head.
vegetarian
Oh,
shank bone.
Oh, I actually have some really exciting news.
Oh, watch out, watch out.
You didn't keep moving
Don't
back.
hurt my wine. Oh.
Oh.
Oh my gosh, it is a sweet potato the size of her head.
Speaking of size, I have a big announcement.
Yeah.
Oscar's taller than me.
Oh, yes.
I'm
This
taller than Arden
is
now.
key.
I am the
And
shortest person in the house.
She's about
Soon
4
to be
years
the
older
shortest
than me.
person in the family.
We'll see.
Priya
Priya does
Duncan.
grow very fast.
Priya is the same height as Travis, and Travis is just slightly shorter than me right now. He's still growing.
It
Yeah.
was sort of inevitable, but I still feel for my.
I just thought
I have my older child and my bigger child.
I'm the big sibling.
Why do I get the?
And what this goes to
Oh
show.
wait, Marcel's like, what? Okay, so we need to show.
That's not
Okay,
Okay.
that is Marcel.
what.
Okay.
She's got a
stand-
secret.
stand up.
Okay, back to back, back to back. Egerton, stand back to
I
back.
had to hold something up over my head to unfloof my
Yeah,
hair. so we'll
unfloof
see
in your
how it
hair.
works.
I'm not sure it's gonna work from this weird angle, so I
It's
might have
not.
to lift the computer up.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. The Egerton siblings standing back to back.
One
Ladies and
is
gentlemen,
11. One turns 15 next week.
Arden's hat is making
It looks like the hat bump is just helping
the
you.
hat bump is helping you.
Oh, look at that. I don't know. You know, our
Okay,
house.
stand it straight.
My house
No, I'm looking at it straight on. That is definitely in Oscar's favor. Yeah. How crazy is that? Now I am still. I am still.
Oh, the
Oh,
mic
the
is
microphone.
down.
Oh no, microphone down. Sorry.
Heartbroken.
Are you?
I've stopped growing. There's no chance I will be taller than you guys.
Oh yeah, no way.
Oh, and this,
Yeah.
no. Okay, I'm still taller because Marcel's convinced now. I am 4'11" and a quarter.
I'm 4'10".
And Oscar's now
Actually,
clearly
technically,
4'10".
I guess
I'm
am.
4'9.95".
That is true.
And
Yeah.
last time I checked, I was 4'9", but I guess now I'm 4'10".
Probably
You've
4'10".
got the pandemic heights.
You know what? Though height doesn't matter. It's heart that matters.
Who's got a bigger heart?
Yeah, let's measure those hearts. Let's do that. Actually, it can be a problem sometimes. Okay, so we'll keep this one today's Passover one pretty short. But one of the things
Because I have somewhere to be.
because your heart and
On Zoom.
Yes.
I have an appointment. I have a meeting.
But Oscar did have, instead of making you a drink, Oscar's gonna make you a math question.
Oh, right.
Yes.
I'm gonna go get it.
Because
I've actually pre-made it.
sometimes you want a drink and sometimes you want a difficult math equation. So here we go.
Okay.
Make
And
your room
sometimes-
target.
Get out of here. Who's
Sometimes
gonna
you want
argue?
both. Math
Okay,
of
so
Manhattans.
this is this is like trying to find a formula. For example, a formula similar to it is x equals 2 to the power of y. You know, so that was like 1, 2, 4, 8, 16. That's not the actual problem, but that's just an example of the type of answer you're trying to find. Now, here. What formula makes the numbers as follows? 6, 8, 14, 32, 86, and 248.
That's right.
It can keep going infinitely.
Yeah, you repeat that one more time, and then tomorrow,
So just remember this. It can
Yeah.
keep going infinitely. This is not the only
maybe we can
numbers.
later write this in the
This
comments.
is just how far I
on
went. 6, 8, 14, 32, 86, and 248.
Facebook. I love it. Marcella wants to know, why do the Brits say maths instead of math?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Yes, the answer to that.
Oh, here. Let
The answer to that is in the UK there are 12 different kinds of math.
Wait, that's not true.
No, that's
All right.
true.
Allard is saying happy Passover to us.
Hey, happy Passover!
I saw
Nancy.
someone say that I'm probably shorter than or taller than them,
Mhm.
and
I'm not sure who that
I-
was.
so
Oh, it's Panica. Let's see.
many people have said that to me. I've said I'm so short. I'm like 4'10", and they're like, you
We
can't
are
actually be
impressively short.
4'10". No, you're in 9th grade. You're like 15. You're not 4'10", and then I am.
I'm hoping also back on the maths question that
Oh,
like
math.
Nana and Papa John can answer, weigh in at some point on why they say maths. I think it's like mathematics,
Oh,
and
that makes
then
sense.
we just say math, but the Brits want to encompass the entirety of the word with
You know what I like
encompassment.
more than mathematics?
What?
Mathematics.
Oh,
It's fun
muy
to say.
bien.
By the way, every so often it's good to have a friend who wants to yell out, just yell out the name of your mother-in-law. Allard is that kind of friend. We'll be having
And it's
a
been
meal
in his
together.
profile.
If it's a really good piece of sushi,
Wait,
he'll just say, Raw Sherman! And then sometimes your mother-in-law is going to yell out the name of your manager. Just spontaneously, like, Allard! Like, greet the new day. Allard! Yes.
To the people
Okay.
saying I'll get another half inch to inch in your early 20s,
Yeah,
it's not happening.
that doesn't happen for us. And they told me that too.
They told me that, too.
They kept okay.
We're
They
hobbits.
told me
We are
that, too.
hobbits.
They told me I would grow. Every time I tell people how short I am, they're like, "Well, you're still growing."
Mhm.
I haven't grown in over a year. All of my doctors say that I've stopped growing.
Yeah.
I've stopped.
And you
growing.
have doctors who know that because they're
Yeah.
endocrinologists. They do that.
Yeah.
Oh, Nana has waited.
Okay, so
Thank
this
you.
is my mother who's not yelling out Allard's name,
I'm
unfortunately.
disappointed.
We'll see how the day goes for her. Correct mathematics, and it's
Oh, she's saying correct. Jody was correct with her understanding of why they say maths.
Quick question. Why do you keep putting commas in like
oh, was that for,
whatchamacallits?
Instead
know.
of, it's like, like a,
Yeah, like a dot, dot, dot.
but they're comma. She's had a little.
Allard, by the way, Oscar is impressed with your yarmulke.
Yeah.
That is from my bat mitzvah, Allard. May
Let me just
20th,
put this back on.
1988.
It's also was their bike helmet all through middle school.
That is true because, we all know. Nobody wore helmets back
Jews
then.
are dangerous
A
people.
dangerous bike run. No.
Risk-taking Jews.
Those
And their bikes.
mistaken Jews.
Wonderfully.
His nose was wearing-
That's
yeah.
true. If Pappy were wearing a helmet back in 1985,
Wearing
have a
helmet,
different-
helmet.
if
So-
you were wearing a helmet.
We did realize yesterday that there were a couple of different aspects, although we did have what was described, I think, by Amwin as a drunk history being described by someone who was sober, the history of the first Passover. But there were some elements that we did forget to talk about. One, of course, being the sweet potato that you can use instead of the shank,
Your daughter's
the
Or
bone.
your head.
This sweet
Terrifying.
potato is as big as Arden's head. The only difference is this one's still growing. Eventually, this sweet potato will be taller than Arden.
It won't take that long.
That's terrifying.
They'll go to a bar together, and the sweet potato won't get carted, and Arden will. These things are on
When
the
am
way.
I going to a bar?
I don't know.
It's
Don't
gonna
go
be
to
a
bars.
while,
Don't
Dad.
go to
Okay.
bars.
But one of the things we didn't talk about the prophet Elijah. Do you guys
That's
want
right.
to? Yeah.
Okay.
His name's Elijah. And
Us?
he's coming into our
Oh,
house.
here comes Oscar.
There
Okay,
you go.
Us, do you want to talk about?
Sure.
Okay, here comes Oscar from up above.
Elijah. He's a prophet dude, meaning God was like, dude, you gotta tell these people this stuff and tell them it's from me. He sent him a message and he was like, cool. So we did, right? And then they're like, oh, he must be the prophet Elijah. And he's like, I guess I am.
Mm-hmm.
So we like giving him wine.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, we put wine during Passover out just away from everyone else, away from grown-ups who like to drink it. It's happened many times where many grown-ups just take a sip or two from his wine. It's like, just pour more from the bottle. But anyway, you put the wine out, and then later you're like, oh my God, it's lower. It's he must have drinking it.
That's right. So every Seder table, you open the
Mind if I pour
door to let Elijah the prophet come inside, leave out some wine. It's also a time when you invite anybody who doesn't have a space for Passover to come join, which is what we're doing by
A
having
virtual.
But please
Passover
don't
yeah.
here.
actually come into our house.
You can't
Please
come
don't
into our house. But,
Social distancing.
next year in our house.
Our
Yeah.
house is too small to do.
That's good.
That's good.
That was-
Thank you.
that was really good.
Appreciate it.
We have learned too. Look at this. Jennifer does a roasted beet or a blood orange instead of a shank
Ooh,
bone.
I like
Cause
that.
blood.
Yeah, very
That's
good.
pretty good.
But Jennifer, if you want to borrow our sweet potato for next year, this sweet potato, I mean, it's going to go on tour. This thing. Look, and this is the smaller one. It's got that's a
You
tiny
think
sweet.
they're married,
Look,
maybe?
in some ways,
You should make them kiss.
this looks like Oscar, and this is Arden, Oscar's oldest sister.
I'm
And look,
so
hey,
hard to have this
look,
hat bump.
this is what happens over the years. Oh, it's so sad. Hey,
It's
I'm
so
a-
sad. It's so
I'm a
true.
grown up.
It's cool, guys. You know, I like to put a positive spin on this. I can get a scholarship for being 4'10".
Well,
true.
that's
I can get a college
You're a
scholarship.
shorty.
Okay,
Okay. So,
so
Molly. Yes, so Molly's right.
I have the glass.
I do have
oh, a
wine.
nice glass. That's good.
Passover is a lot about wine.
Okay.
Where is the wine bottle or whatever?
It's a box.
It's a box.
Where is the wine box?
Definitely a box.
It's
Where
over.
is
It's
the
over.
box?
You know, it's
Go
Where
look on
is
the
the-
wall of wine boxes.
Yeah.
Where?
Go where we keep all the supplies for you.
The
Around the
pantry.
corner.
Oh no.
Marcella is pointing out that she has an amazing recipe for sweet potato cheese fries. Well, that's great. We are making sweet potato fries tonight. That's what's happening.
No.
Because
Yes.
otherwise we're gonna let
No.
it sit there and then it's gonna start growing and it's
Yeah.
gonna be bad.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
Let's bury it.
bad. No, I
Bury
want to
it tonight.
eat it.
No, eat
I
that
love,
one.
no, I want to eat all the sweet potatoes.
But if you bury this one, there'll be more sweet potatoes
That's
later.
not gonna be how
What
it
if the
works.
quarantine
Oh.
lasts for 3 years?
that's a lot.
Look
of
who's
wine.
gonna be
That's a
like,
lot
I
of
Can
wine.
wish
you
we
pour
had
some
sweet
of
potatoes.
Elijah's wine into my glass and then
I
Elijah
could
gets just a
just
little?
get you some more.
No, I just don't want to put all that wine
Yeah.
outside.
Elijah's a giver too.
Yeah.
Oh, on the dog.
Oh,
It's
now
right
the
on
dog got
Little bit-
some
little bit here
wine.
and
This
there.
is a new tradition.
Oh yeah.
Everybody gets a bit of Elijah's wine. And then
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
Now slightly less.
Now, normally
So I
we
just
would just put it on the table and open the door. But
Yeah,
we don't really want Elijah coming into our house because we are in hunker down mode.
that's right.
And even though he's some kind of mystical prophet,
You could have
seems a
Corona.
little, it seems a little inappropriate
Yeah.
to have anybody coming in.
Yes.
So we're gonna put it. Where are we gonna put it outside on
Yeah. Quarantine.
on our quarantine table.
Panica's getting the right idea. We leave a glass of wine for the sweet potato, for the magical sweet potato.
We're gonna have to watch.
We're learning
Oh,
so
God.
much
Sweet
about
potatoes in Arden's shirt.
and Moses's
It's my child.
Moses's mother, who is also the Pharaoh's
Mm.
daughter, wife.
Adopted mother.
We're learning so much.
Where are my
Allard,
shoes?
I am drinking in my room. I am drinking my religiously mandated 4 glasses
Yeah.
of wine.
Mhm.
Gotta do it.
This is when I'm the most Jewish.
Now, I think Jennifer is asking a great theological question. Is Elijah immune to COVID?
No one's immune to
No.
COVID.
No one's immune to COVID. Don't think
And
you
everyone
are.
should
You're not.
Remember
Yeah.
that young people can still get COVID-19.
That's right.
People who are perfectly healthy can still get COVID-19. Wash your hands. Stay inside.
Wash
Yeah.
your-
If I'm
Okay.
right, though, on a biblical sense, I don't think there's any other person that I can think of right now in the Bible who doesn't die. Elijah doesn't die. He's
Didn't-
called up to heaven
Oh.
by God,
Oh, wow.
and he kind of rises
But did
above.
he have enough time to die?
On the way? You mean like on the
I
way to
mean,
heaven?
like, could have been a couple
15
years later.
line,
And boom,
it's
he's
okay.
maybe God called him up to heaven because he was gonna die, and God was like, "I don't want that happening."
Okay.
Well, I mean, there's a reason
I'm either
Elijah.
gonna put it
Okay,
outside
so
now.
Okay.
So the wine
Are
is
we
now
able
going
to
outside.
show the wine going outside? Is that a thing? that
Yes.
we do?
All right.
I don't know. Okay, here goes Oscar's.
I'm supposed to be wearing a mask, but that's okay.
Well,
You're good because you're still in the yard.
just go into the yard.
So at the front of our property, now we have our fence and our gate, and we have our quarantine table, where
Our quarantine table.
people can drop off, like deliveries, or if you wanted to drop something there that you thought we needed, like, $7,000 or like 15 bottles of wine, like it would be fine.
Yeah.
And then we'll sanitize it before bringing it inside. It's complicated, but
I asked
Jennifer
everyone
is
to
having-
test the game.
He does not die, so we know that he doesn't
Oh,
die.
okay.
And actually, he's got this on Jesus, because
Because Jesus can touch people.
Jesus.
They're fine.
Well, yeah, but he died, and then yes, and then but Jennifer's right that Elijah was big. He
Oh.
healed lepers. He was a big healer.
okay, I think it's really important to point out that Jen Sterling was Oscar's teacher and advisor last year. And so I really and I was gonna say and was one of the stage managers of Macbeth last summer. And so I feel like she knows all about all this stuff about
Here, don't like that.
I think so too.
biblical undeadness.
I know,
and
she's-
From the potato.
I would love Jennifer to be our rabbi.
Oh.
Yeah, I would like that too.
Okay, we have to talk about that later.
Or potato could be our rabbi.
Or
Or potato could be our new god.
you've got
Yeah,
it with
sure. Potatoes could be God.
Of course I do.
We
Potato
could-
God.
we
Potato
could
God.
worship-
Potato God.
you. We could worship the sweet potato.
Or,
Isn't there a
Oh,
little-
why is that sweet potato going there?
Don't put that
or the bear head.
Or the bear head.
Oh, Tara's gonna eat the
Or-
bear head.
Where did we get the bear? Oh, I remember where we got the bear head from.
There's one more
Something
thing
like
that could
I
be
made
our
a short
God.
film and we cut the bear's head off.
Mhm.
Yes.
And then the rest of the body of the bear got covered in raw egg.
Yeah.
But it was
This
a
is
weird
the
film.
weirdest Seder I've
It was
ever
an
been
experimental
to.
film.
So
And I've been to some weird Seders. Oh, good.
there could also be the baby head.
Oh, it's
It's
smoking.
smoking. Can you put it next to the camera?
Why is it smoking?
Because it
It
just
was
came
in the
out of the
fridge.
Oh my god, it's
freezer.
smoking!
Why would we have that?
Why do we keep this baby head in the freezer is what I want to know.
Ah,
Oh, you
because it's
can't-
cool.
kiss you.
No.
It really is smoking. That's creepy. But cool.
Jennifer, you're an expert in all things Macbethian and biblical.
All things.
And
Shakespearean, maybe. Macbeth sounds
Steventology.
Oh, no.
Ooh.
Oh,
Wait,
no.
did- what'd you say that?
Mm.
Steventology?
Steve, yeah,
What's that?
Steventology.
Oh,
Oh my gosh. Well,
we have a few gods. We have potato.
Mhm.
We've got bear head,
Mhm.
baby head.
Baby
Mm-hmm.
head.
Do we have one more? We had something else, right?
I mean, I think Tara's kind of a
Wasn't
goddess.
there like the four
That makes
dudes,
sense.
like John and Mark and
Yeah, that's
Matthew,
the New Testament Christmas stuff.
well, yeah, but like we've
I've
got
got Passover days.
but we've got four things.
Oh.
for us, yeah.
No, I mean like the potato,
Oh.
the doll head, the
There's also the
two other
four horsemen of the apocalypse.
That's true.
Oh, I like that one more.
Yeah, what if these are the four horsemen of our apocalypse?
For monkeys.
We should think about what would
Potato,
be-
bear
Potato
head,
would be
baby head.
famine.
I do think like
That makes sense.
it might be a really interesting thing to kind of think on what would be like the 4 harbingers of the apocalypse in the apocalypse we're currently like experiencing.
COVID-19 has got to be one.
Wow, that's
Like
Well, that would be
disease.
disease.
ignorance.
And then there's like something
Ignorance,
about
yeah.
like greed,
Mhm.
Ignorance.
like hoarding. Yes, like willful ignorance.
Misplaced patriotism.
Oh, that's interesting.
I'm not sure that's a horseman, Dad.
And then there's the like the
I can
like
ride a horse.
we're telling you just to stay home and drink wine and chill out, but you're insisting on going out places. I don't know what that is.
Oh.
And then there's puppy getting snacks on Mata.
Wow.
That's just good.
Selfishness.
Actually,
That's selfishness.
we should also point out that today it is the second night of Passover. It's also Maundy Thursday. Maundy Thursday is actually the celebration. Yeah, it's actually the celebration of the Last Supper. So the Last Supper,
Woo!
Jesus, he's a cool
Which
dude,
was
right?
a Passover
which is the
Seder.
Passover Seder.
I
So
did a really
when
cool thing.
in the Last Supper, when Jesus talks about breaking the bread, and you've probably seen this when if you ever go to Mass or communion, Episcopalian church, when they break the bread and it's unleavened, that's because it's
Isn't it
it's
supposed to
matzah.
be like the body of Christ? I read an interesting
Hey,
thing
did you
that
just eat that and then put it back?
I did. I put the body of Christ back.
so Leonardo da Vinci painted the like Last Supper painting, and I saw a really interesting thing about how the hands of all the people make musical notes and make a
What?
song.
No
What?
way, really?
Yeah.
Okay, we gotta look at that later.
Wow.
And then Oscar's gotta learn
It
the
looks
song on his
so
water
cool.
glasses.
But
Done.
I would say this: Passover, Maundy Thursday. It's sort of been an era in the last few weeks. I think where a lot of us were like, we don't even know what day of the week it is. We definitely don't know what the date is. I hope you guys out there are taking time to kind of mark the day, and not that you need to know the date, not need to know the day of the week, but acknowledge that it is a time and be able to sort of sit with family, celebrate in whatever way you want, whether it's eating matzah or whatever this
Potatoing.
misgrowth thing is, or hiding eggs around your house.
Do you want to know fun fact
And
about Christian
ooh,
Borle
and
the Last
matzah.
Supper?
We have to hide some of the matzah to make the afikomen.
So Christian
Feed.
Borle was in Jesus Christ Superstar. I believe it was on tour. It wasn't on Broadway because the first Broadway show he was in was Footloose, and that was afterwards. But he was in Jesus Christ Superstar, but he did not play a part who got to be in the Last Supper.
Oh, really? Do you
So he
remember who he was?
He didn't have a name. He was just a guy, but he wasn't allowed to be. He wasn't at the Last Supper.
He wasn't at the last time. We're not a lot. What? Why would you? Why would you?
She a matzah puppy.
You are a matzah
She
puppy.
was very scared during our big thunderstorm today, but now
She was all shaky.
Yeah.
but now she all good.
Don't do that.
Okay, so I think we're now at the end of our Steve for
Oh yeah.
April 9th, 2020, Passover 2. Any final words? Any final thoughts? Anybody?
Any final words? Any final
Hmm.
thoughts?
I'm glad to be celebrating Passover with all of you.
Yeah.
Likewise.
Woohoo! Why?
Sweet potato. Thank you.
I'm Bearhead with me
Bearhead.
tonight.
Bearhead.
I don't want you to kill him.
L'chaim.
I'm making the bear head a body.
He's my new boyfriend.
Wait, ask, how does the L'chaim song start? Because I actually do feel like it's like to our
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
Sit on down.
Come on in. Because if ever there was a time for that song.
To
Yeah.
our agreement, to our prosperity, to good health and happiness, and most important, to life, to life, L'chaim. L'chaim, to life. Life has a way of confusing us, blessing and bruising us. Drink L'chaim to life, to life, L'chaim.
L'chaim!
L'chaim, to life. Yes!
Hey!
Yeah!
Really read that. That was perfect. That was
As
perfect.
in,
Yes, as Allard says, next year outside our houses, or next year in Jerusalem.
Yeah!
Happy Passover! Happy Maundy Thursday!